What's going on YouTube? Jeans here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are using the ultimate duo from Unova Generation 5. We got ourselves a Kyurem and Zekrom team for ranked regulation I. Now, kind of funny. That actually rhymed. Play that back. That rhymed. That rhymed. Alright, but back to the action. Starting off with Kyurem and Zekrom. Kyurem over here has Turbo Blaze as its ability, rocking the Life Orb as item. It's got Freeze Dry, it's got Draco Meteor, it's got Protect, and then on top of that, it's got its signature move, Fusion Flare. Now, Zekrom, on the other hand, has Scale Shot, Tailwind, which honestly I didn't know it could learn. Then it's got Protect, and its signature move, Fusion Bolt. Now, if you use both of these at the same time, whichever one is used last will actually deal double damage. So, pairing up these two together is really strong. It's really strong if you could pull it off. It's kind of hard to pull off, especially in this format, because there's like stronger Pokemon than them. But again, we're trying it today, hopefully grabbing some wins for you guys. Now, outside of Kyurem and Zekrom, our other four Pokemon are pretty standard, pretty meta. Urshifu, Incineroar, Indeedee, and Iron Crown. Indeedee and Iron Crown, really strong combo. They pair up together with Expanding Force and the Psychic Surge. Incineroar, on the other hand, rocking Knockoff, Flare Blitz, Fake Out, U-Turn with the Soul Vest, and then Choice Scarf, Urshifu. Been around the meta for a good bit now. You guys pretty much already know what that Pokemon's about. But guys, you want to run the team for yourself? Run the code is at top right hand corner. And if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. But without further ado, let's hop into match number 1, showcasing Kyurem and Zekrom in ranked regulation I. First match coming at you guys, going up against a tough, strong meta squad. I mean, they got Shadow Rider, Calyrex, Koraidon, Indeedee, Raging Bolt, Roar Moon, and Chi-Yu. Now, from here, Kyurem and Zekrom are pretty decent. If I can get up Tailwind with the squad, it could be pretty good for us. So I kind of just want to lead Zekrom. I try to just like pester and get after it that way, and I think that's going to be a solid lead for us. So I'm going to end up leading that. I am going to end up leading Incineroar and probably just getting after it that way with Kyurem White in the back end. And last but not least, probably Urshifu, Choice Scarf. The thing is, Close Combat just does so much damage. It really does. But in the sunlight, Surgeon Strike's not going to do that much. So do I just want to bring like Iron Crown by itself? Iron Crown booster energy speed's pretty good. Calm Mind, Tachyon Cutter. They set terrain. That could be good. We might not even need our own Indeedee. So you know what? I'm going to go in with Iron Crown and hope that they bring Indeedee and we can just kind of just benefit off that without bringing our own Indeedee. So I like this. I don't mind this. Sunlight's going to be a problem. We don't really have any weather control. I mean, we don't have any weather control. So they can pretty much just pop the Sunlight and really flourish off that with Photosynthesis and Chi-Yu. I mean, Chi-Yu could be Choice Scarf, which can get a little out of hand. But again, we got a few Dragon types, which is nice for us. Let's see. Who you got? Who you leading here? Raging Bolt alongside with Koraidon. Not too bad for us. It's okay. I mean, hopefully he's not clear Amulet, but he probably is because Intimidate would work wonders here. I would love a good old Intimidate. And let's see. Photosynthesis pops. And Terrible also getting out there. And Intimidate is going to lower this thing's attack stat, which is really good for us. Alright, cool. I think from here, just a simple Tailwind play. I might even Fairy Terror here. Actually, I don't believe Koraidon to have any Dragon move, right? Usually it's Flame Charge, Flare Blitz, and Collision Course. So I'm just going to fake out the Raging Bolt and kind of just play off of that, right? Yeah, that's going to withdraw Koraidon. So this is a fine turn for us. Unless you go in the Roaring Moon here, which could be a little tough for us, but I don't know if you're going to. You do go in the Roaring Moon. Okay. So Roaring Moon pops out here. Sunlight's going to Photosynthesis pop. He's going to get a speed boost here. I'm curious to see if my Pokemon are faster than them, because he is going to go into Fairy Terror type most likely with this Raging Bolt here, which I'm just faking out and setting up Tailwind. No Electric Terror. Alright, that's not bad. Electric Terror just to get rid of his Dragon weakness, I guess. That's fine for me. That is fine by me. So fake out pops. Wabam. Right into that slot. Tailwind's going to fly. Zekrom's got some speed going. Zekrom's got some speed going. He's going to flinch, and we can start getting after it. I could go for a Scale Shot here. This will lower our defense stat, but speed will go up, and I really like that. So I am going to end up doing this. And if I can, do a U-turn or just knock off this thing's item? My Fairy Terror here as well. You know what? I'm going to Bug Terror at least. Bug Terror. No, not you. Not you. You have Fairy Terror. So I'm going to go Fairy Terror here. I'm going to rip a Scale Shot into that slot. And if I can, I'm thinking of just U-turn pivoting. Yeah, especially with Kyurem in the back end. Well, not Kyurem. Koraidon in the back end without the clear amulet, U-turn pivoting is going to be a really good play for us. So I'll Terrasilize, straight Fairy. We're up against 2 Dragon-type Pokemon, so Fairy's going to work wonders here. I am scared of the Electric because I really did resist Electric really well before that. And this thing's just outspeeding and getting after it, so he's going to pop the Tailwind. Scale Shot's going to launch here. It is going to KO you, and not only are we going to lower our defense, we're going to get that speed boost, which could be very beneficial to us, especially up against other Pokemon. So having this speed boost while everybody's in Tailwind might make Zekrom the fastest on the field. So there's that. Scale Shot's going to pick up the KO. And go for Draco Meteor into the Zekrom slot. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. That would be really nice. Gonna go for Dragon Pulse. That works. That works. So big time Fairy Terror type from us. We're going to be able to U-turn pivot out of here. And if they go back in the Koraidon, we might just hard swap. Or I can stay on the field. I could go into Kyurem here. Could go into Iron Crown here as well. But Kyurem just seems to be the play, right? Just speed. I could go into you and just definitely outspeed, which might be the best option here. And just save Kyurem, because I mean, Kyurem going up against, you know, yeah, we're just gonna go into Iron Crown here. Actually, we're just gonna go into Kyurem, because if they go into Koraidon, we're just gonna hard swap into Incineroar and leave our Zekrom on the field. I think just going in this Pokemon at this time is probably our play. Let's see. Let's see what they do here. If they don't, I might just protect my Kyurem and just attack. And they're going to go back into the slot. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to swap into Incineroar. Pretty simple, pretty standard play. So I'm going to do that. On top of that, I could Scale Shot that thing down. I really don't want to deal with that. Yeah, and you don't have Terra, so that is going to be my play. I'm going to do that. And let's just Intimidate. Let's just go right back into Incineroar. Give me no reason not to just go right back into Incineroar. So Incineroar, come Intimidate again. We love you. We love you right now. So he could make that read. He could go for Collision Course. I mean, Collision Course probably the play regardless. But I'm hoping he just doesn't protect the Koraidon here, right? Yeah, that's fine. So we get that Intimidate off. We should be able to soak this. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, we don't. I don't think. Whatever. Whatever. I'll still take that Intimidate all day. I just think swapping was the play. And I can Scale Shot through and probably pick up the KO onto you, hopefully, right? I can hit a couple times. 3, give me one more. Give me one more. Give me one more. Give me one more. Let's go. Let's go. So we pick up the KO. No problem. See you later. And actually, I'm loaded dice, aren't I? Am I loaded dice? If I am, it's guaranteed 4 hits. And you were just going to go for a T-Bolt maybe here. My defense is dropped, but luckily my special defense isn't dropped. So I should be able to soak up this shot. Actually, I don't know, dude. I don't know. This thing hits hard. Let's see. I do soak that. That's really good. Because if I had to guess, I probably have Calyrex late game. Probably just want to go into Kyurem here and save this next turn with the Iron Crown. And out comes Shadow Rider Calyrex. So right now, I should be fast on the field. I mean, you could go for Thunderclap, which is a slight little issue. So I might just protect and try to get rid of this Raging Bolt. But I don't know if I can. I mean, he's definitely going for Thunderclap, which is... It's really for us. But I think just protecting and just going for a Fusion Flare in the Sunlight is gotta be our play, right? We still have Sunlight. Yeah, we should have 1 turn left in Sunlight. I'm just gonna go for a Fusion Flare here. I'm gonna protect the Zekrom. If I had to guess, Thunderclap is gonna launch into that slot, right? Yeah, there's a Thunderclap. And then he wants to probably go for Astral Barrage, which my Kyurem should soak. And if it soaks, I'm hoping Fusion Bolt or Fusion Flare could just KO this Raging Bolt, right? And then we can kind of just tackle down this what's it called? This Calyrex, right? Fusion Bolt? Or not Fusion Bolt, Fusion Flare? How much damage? Oh man, that hurts. That hurts. We might have just lost because of that. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe would have lost because of that. Honestly, we could go for Tailwind here. And I am going to go for Tailwind. Tailwind's easily to play. Do I protect you? I think I just go for the KO here. Let's just go for the Tailwind here. Astral Barrage is going to launch. He's out speed now. That's game, set, match. Game, set, match really hurts the soul. Maybe I should have protected, but no, we stood no chance, especially with our Psychic type in the back end. I really need that KO with the Raging Bolt. If we KO the Raging Bolt, we honestly probably still would have lost this. I'm trying to think this one out. Would we have lost this one? Maybe. It would have been cutting it close because their Tailwind would have ended. We would have had the KO onto this Raging Bolt. And then I would have brought out my Iron Crown with Booster Energy. And yeah, I just think this Pokemon still would have had our number, right? Unless we could have figured out a way to deal damage to that Calyrex. Yeah, but still, I wish that Fusion Flare would have KO'd. It would have been a lot closer match, but still, really good match. We almost pulled it off. Trying to throw off that Tailwind, trying to get after it that way. I was kind of hoping my Zekrom had a bit more speed to it. It was +2, but they had Tailwind up. But from here, I mean, this match is over. I'm still just going to go for a Tachyon Cutter just to try to KO the Raging Bolt. And are we even going to KO the Raging Bolt? We do. Awesome. Cool. So I KO the Raging Bolt, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter, because Astral Barrage, we all know, is just going to fly here. We don't have Terror type. That's going to be match number 1. So solid first match. We didn't end up picking up the W, but still got to use Kyurem and Zekrom pretty well there. Actually really like them. Let's see. Astral Barrage flies. Yeah, we say no chance. He's already, what is he, +2? Yeah, Iron Crown, get on out my face. Alright, 0-1 to get this video started. Let's go hop into our second match. Second match coming at you guys, looking for our first victory. Almost pulled it off in that last match with Kyurem and Zekrom, but we're going up against a Sneasler team. Now, Sneasler, very powerful, especially inside terrain. It's probably Psychic Seed Sneasler, so I could potentially just bring Iron Crown to really just benefit from it. I mean, they got Ice Rider Calyrex, they got Lunala, Galarian Zapdos, Oranguru. Should honestly be a tough one for us, but I could go Kyurem and Zekrom. I could, but again, the only issue is Sneasler with Fake Out. Could just go into Indeedee at that point. They gotta be leading a Fake Out user. They could go Oranguru into Calyrex here, right? They could. You know what? I'm gonna end up going into both of these guys. Let's get it going with that. So I'm gonna do that, bring the Incineroar, and bring the Iron Crown in the back end. I'm with this. I'm with this. So we could see, which I think they're gonna do, is probably Ice Rider Calyrex, and then either Oranguru or Indeedee. And at that point, we would just have to take one out with Fusion Strike and Fusion Flare. Just combine those two together. And yeah, that's going to be the lead. So they're definitely going for Follow Me Trick Room, right? It's a guaranteed play. It's a guaranteed play. Yeah, it's got to be guaranteed. There's no way they just go for Follow Me and then Glacial Lance. There is that possibility, but I don't think so. It seems like their team is too heavy reliant on Trick Room. So I'm ready to just attack here. So I'm going to double down into this Calyrex slot. Just do that. And pretty much force them to go for Follow Me, right? They don't. We pretty much pick up the KO, right? Because usually they're Water Terror. Let's see. Ends up just withdrawing Calyrex. Alright, so who's taking these shots? That's the real question. Which Pokemon are taking these shots? Sneasler. I don't mind taking out Sneasler. Unless you go for Follow Me. I wonder if they are going for Trick Room. This might just be an Expanded Force play. Yeah, it's going to be Expanded Force. Might be Choice Scarf. There's some decent damage. Not half, which is really good for us. Fusion Flare is going to launch here. Big time damage. And then Fusion Strike's going to combine here and pick up the KO. Which is beautiful to see. So there goes Fusion Bolt. Look at this. Bam. Double damage. We love it. Alright, so Sneasler gone. That's actually a big KO. Expanded Force with the Indeedee. Definitely scary. Could maybe hard swap into Incineroar. If I want to. Calyrex pops out here. Calyrex on the field. I wish we weren't Life Orb because we honestly should have been able to circle up another shot. I do have Terror type on you, but it's only Fire Terror, so it's like, eh. It's nothing crazy. Again, I could just go into you. And then maybe just Fusion Bolt here. And be able to like potentially Fake Out next turn. And you know what? That is exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to save my Kyurem for later. Save my boy. They might not even pop Trick Room with this Indeedee just chilling on the field, right? Because Indeedee's doing a lot of damage, so I'm going to hit this Calyrex with an electric move. I wonder if he Terastallizes here. And Intimidate's going to work here. He's not holding the Clear Amulet. We are going to see a Terror type. I'm curious to see if this is Water Terror type for Ice Rider Calyrex, because this could be good for us. And no, Indeedee's actually going to grab this. And Indeedee's just going into Psychic. Wow. That's a little rough for us. That is a little rough, because he easily pick up the KO into my Zekrom now. Expanded Force launches. My best bet is to probably just bring out my what's it called? My Iron Crown. It's gotta be. We gotta save our Kyurem. The Trick Room does fly. Okay. So now Calyrex is the fastest on the field. It's not bad. I might honestly not even fake it out. Actually, I can't fake it out. I can't. He got room service here as well. So he's flying at this point. Yeah, I'm going to go into the Iron Crown here. I could just double down into that slot. Which I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of just doubling down into this Calyrex slot. Knock off into Tachyon Cutter. Probably the best bet. He could end up protecting, but I don't see it. I really don't see it. So I'm going to do that. We are just going to go for the knockoff instead of the Flare Blitz. Actually, let's just Flare Blitz. Let's double down. Let's go for the big time damage. Let's go for the big time damage. They end up withdrawing Indeedee. This turn could be decently well. Lunala is most likely going to pop out here. I'd love to hit that thing with a knockoff. And no, it's going to be Oranguru. Please don't tell me you're protecting. It's going to Swords Dance Boost. Hold up. Hold up. We're double down. We have a shot at KO in this puppy. We have a shot at KO. Even though this thing's super bulky. Flare Blitz launches. Oh, yeah. We're KOing. That's a huge turn for us. That's a monstrous turn for us. That's a monstrous turn that they got greedy on with the Swords Dance. They got real greedy on that. So now they're sitting here. Indeedee's our final Pokemon that can really do damage. I have a Dark-type Pokemon on the field. I have a Psychic-type who can resist those shots. Alright. I like it. And I have Kyurem in the back end. And right now, Indeedee's the fastest. It's Choice Scarf. This is Choice Scarf Indeedee. Choice Scarf Indeedee. We will go for the Tachyon Cutter. Honestly, what could you do? You could... No, you don't have Protect. Again, I know your choice. I know your choice, so I'm just going to double down into this Indeedee slot. While Trick Room's out and about. Just doubling straight into it. He's going to end up using Trick here. He's going to hand off an item to me. Choice Band I obtained. I'll take it. Knockoff's just one tap in this Indeedee. Awesome. So match number 2, I told you, it's our bounce back match. We're going to end up taking this victory. Kyurem and Zekrom getting things started off hot with Fusion Strike and Fusion Flare. Or Fusion Bolt and Fusion Flare, I always forget the names. And then Incineroar clutching up with my boy Iron Crown back here. Lovely. He's now a Choice Band Iron Crown. And Choice Band doesn't even do anything. So let's go into another Tachyon Cutter. Throw a knockoff into the Oranguru slot. They end up just canceling this match. We're sitting 1-1. We got ourselves a little bit of a problem. We're hopping into our third match, and they are thriving off the sunlight. We have no weather control, so we're going to have to figure out a way around this. They got Koraidon, they got Ho-Oh, they got Fluttermane, they got Incineroar, and Shenpao. And Tornado, so they could just go into Tailwind with a Sunsetter like Koraidon. That could be an option. I like Zekrom here to set that Tailwind up for us and maybe just Scale Shot away. Kyurem could be an okay lead. I would pretty much be forced to Terastallize them, which, I mean, that's not too bad into the Fire Terror type. Resist the Fairy type moves, resist the Ice type moves. It's not bad. I just think Zekrom has to be our lead here, right? Yeah, so I'm going to end up leading Zekrom. Go in with the Kyurem, or do I just go in with Intimidate Pokemon? I don't mind Intimidate. We could see Incineroar pop out from that, too. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go with Incineroar with Kyurem in the back end, and then last but not least, it's got to be this Iron Crown. I just feel like it has to be this Iron Crown. Super effective with Tachyon Cutter into Fluttermane and Chi-Yu. Or not Chi-Yu, Shenpao. And I could go into you and maybe just pop a Trick Room, which wouldn't be bad. I don't want to switch it up now. I don't want to switch it up. I was thinking of going into maybe like Indeedee and Iron Crown. I think that could have been a decent lead here. Just because, again, Tachyon Cutter does a lot of damage to that Fluttermane, plus Expanding Force into Koraidon, which I feel like is 2 potential leads for them. But we'll deal with it. We got Zekrom going into Incineroar. Hopefully they don't lead Incineroar as well here. And they don't. Okay, so this isn't bad. I mean, you could be Clear Amulet. I do have Fake Out ready to roll, which is good news. I probably should just go Fairy Terror with my Zekrom here, right? And then just pop a Tailwind. Fairy Terror Tailwind. Gotta be the play. Intimidate's gonna pop here. Show me no Clear Amulet. Oh, let's go. I like that. I like that. I like that. So I'm just gonna go into this Fairy Terror. I am gonna pop this Tailwind. Gotta Fake Out the Koraidon here. Or do I read a swap into the Koraidon? I could easily read that swap into Koraidon. Which I am gonna do. I'm just gonna knock off this slot. I'm gonna read a swap here. I'm gonna knock off this slot, reading a swap play here, or potentially Protect. I feel like he just knows that we're faking out this slot. And he's -1 on attack, so they're probably like, yo, let's just swap this Pokemon, save it for later, right? Just my guess. It's just my guess. So I'd rather just take off an item and make a read here. Sitting 1-1. This is the deciding factor of the video. Looking to get going. So he ends up going for the swap. We make a good read right off the rip. And whose item are we taking off? Should be solid. Gonna be Ho. Okay, so you could be Citrus Berry. Not too sure. But I like this, so I'm gonna end up going straight into a Terra type here. Gonna pop Tailwind. Flutter Mane probably still faster than us, but with his Terra type, we should be able to soak up a shot or two. Which is good news. They could be going for Icy Wind, maybe. Moonblast gonna launch here. The Incineroar. Get a crit. We don't like that. Not the crit, man. Not the crit. Not the critical hit. So maybe we'll throw down this knockoff here. Do decent damage. And what item are we getting rid of? The Clear Amulet. I like that. So Clear Amulet gone. Probably just gonna launch a Fusion Bolt here. Could just go after the bird. He probably thinks we're attacking the bird. So I'm gonna end up doing that. I might just hard swap here into Iron Crown. Yeah. Going right into the Iron Crown. I could have went for Scale Shot just to boost our speed. But I don't mind this. So we got Tailwind out and about. I'm gonna withdraw the Flutter Mane. We went into Fusion Strike here. You going back into Koraidon maybe? Yep. Okay, so this isn't gonna do too much damage. I probably should just attack the Ho-Oh, but Ho-Oh has a chance of protecting here. But a nice Intimidate next turn could be lovely for us. It really could be. So get out my Iron Crown. Beautiful. Get that Photosynthesis popping. Expanded Force can rip up into Koraidon unless he Terastallizes next turn. Fusion Bolt can come through here. Maybe do about half of half. Yeah, a little bit less than that. And Tailwind flies. So Ho gets off the Tailwind. Wow, we should just kind of just ripped up into that slot. And from here, we're gonna force him to pretty much make a move here. We're pretty much just gonna force him to make a move here by going into Expanded Force and Fusion Strike. So Expanded Force is gonna go here first and foremost. Hopefully this does enough damage. It does. Awesome. So that Photosynthesis boost, well not Photosynthesis, that Quark Drive boost with the booster energy. Working perfectly for us. We're outspeeding the Ho-Oh. Fusion Bolt launching. Should be able to take you out. Stab super effective. Let's go. That's huge. That's a big time plays from Jeans. Big time plays from Jeans. So we know they got Flutter Mane. We got Tachyon Cutter on standby. Kyurem in the back, and I got Incineroar as well for Intimidate purposes. They go into a physical attacker. And here comes Flutz. Here comes the Flutter Mane. Flutter Mane alongside with Shenpal. A little scary. Not going to sit here and lie about it. But, I'm thinking I'm just dropping my defense to get this speed boost with Scale Shot. How many turns left in our Tailwind? 2? I hope it's 2. We have 1. The reason I want to go for Scale Shot is because you're probably Focus Ash, so I'm going to go with that. Who should I Tachyon Cutter down? I'm just going to go into the Flutter Mane slot here. Let's see who he's Terastallizing. I'm very curious to see. I feel like it's got to be Flutter Mane, and I'm hoping it's just Fairy Flutter Mane. Let's see it. Yep, straight Fairy. So Tachyon Cutter can KO. And I'm thinking... Actually, Sucker Punch is going to KO me, isn't it? Soak it. We lived on 1. Who you going after here? We live on 1! Whoa! That's a lot of damage there. That's a lot of damage with that Moonblast. But living on 1 with Iron Crown might have just saved the game. Iron Crown, I love you. Wow. Wow. So this is how it feels. Oh, are we going to pick up KO or are you living on 1? Okay, cool. We picked up KO. I was going to say, are the Pokegods going to give them a 1 HP bandit? Because this is how it feels. I like it. I like being a 1 HP bandit. Living on 1 HP just saved our lives. Just saved us. Honestly, we would have been still sitting in a pretty decent position. Wouldn't have been bad. They don't have Terra anymore. We could just go into Incineroar. We could fake out. Get off that Focus Ash and just attack. So yeah, we'll just go for Fake Out here. We'll go for Tachyon Cutter. They do not have Terra anymore. I wonder if they cancel. Probably not, right? So they protect this turn. They keep the Focus Ash. And the next turn, we just go for Flare Blitz, Tachyon Cutter, and we pretty much lock it up. Right, Incineroar? I mean, you could have Focus Ash, so I'm thinking this next shot takes you down the Focus Ash, and then just turns to a 2v1 because Incineroar cannot KO itself with Flare Blitz, right? What do you got, 77 HP? I don't think recoil is enough here. Let's see. Yeah, no way. No way. We should be fine here. So I'll go for Flare Blitz. I will go for Tachyon Cutter. He's going to pick up KO into one of us. There's a Sucker Punch. That's fine. We soak that. And good thing Shen Pao has no double hitting moves. Because this thing would be absolutely broken if it did. It's already strong enough. Flare Blitz flies here. Bringing down the Focus Ash. How much recoil are we taking? No way. It's 77. I don't even know why I'm worried about this. Okay, cool. I was going to say, 77 is a lot. Now I just get to Kyurem, and Kyurem should honestly just be able to soak up whatever Shen Pao has to offer, so. Game, set, match. 2-1 for today's video. Played really well today. Even in the match that we lost, I feel like we played really, really well with it. So from here, gotta go with our 100 accuracy moves. We'll go with Fusion Flare and Flare Blitz. And he's going to go for Icicle Crash, maybe just look for a flinch here. And I'm soaking that all day. And I get to end it on a Fusion Flare. Let's go. Let's go. 2-1 winning record. Absolutely love it. Just like we planned it. 2-1 winning record with Kyurem and Zekrom. What more can you guys ask for? These Pokemon, definitely two off-meta choices when it comes to Restricted Regulation I. But, again, I like them together. I seen this team, I was just like, you know what? Generation 5, cool generation. Plus, they're coming out with a TCG set on Unova, which is looking pretty dope so far from all the leaks. So once I saw this team, I was just like, let's rock out with it. Let's get Zekrom going with Kyurem and hopefully grab ourselves a winning record, which is exactly what we did. But guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that like button for me. And if you're new here, click that big red subscribe button so you know when all of my videos go live. Seriously, you guys rock out. Make sure you spread this positive today, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.